astrological signs, but they're all connected. Everything is.
Oh yeah, and once you're able to find those connections, you can take them into so many different fields of divination and stuff like that, and then just tie them together to form more complex.
And what I love about it is, like, I'll be writing something about how I'm feeling and what's going on with me. Pick a card and it's like, ooh, it's saying the exact same thing, and then pick another card and it's saying the same thing. It's just like, it never ends. It's always giving you that confirmation. So it's candy camera.
Well, of course. Because if you know what's happening, then the ego knows.
But we're so multidimensional that we always know what's happening.
Oh, yes.
Which is so.
But for somehow, if we know everything, we still get caught off guard. Stuff
totally
still surprises.
Yeah.
Totally read this in the Journal of My Higher Self.
I take everything very literally, so I never really get jokes. Alex said, this one.
Sure. Mark, you got the Three Musketeers there. Y'all can just look at what's going on in the environment and the energy. We just shifted from the full moon, right?
We're still in the full moon energy.
Okay.
Yeah,
So then,
the full moon was yesterday, so 72 hours we're still in it.
we're still in powerful energy. So how
And it's
can,
in Pisces.
how can we all use that energy to your ends
Full
right
moon's
now?
in Pisces. Was in Pisces, right? Right.
Oh, that's my sign.
That's your sign yet? No. And what sign are you?
I'm Aries Pisces cusp.
Oh, really? So here we are. I'm Aries, she's Pisces, and you're Cusp. We are the Three Musketeers. You got that right. We're astrologically connected.
Well, I know we are. Our charts are almost identical in structure and form.
It's amazing, isn't it? My dad had certain of my characteristics, and then I met somebody who was like 60 years younger than him or something. This young guy I met, and he was so like my dad. He had so much of the same stuff, the same shtick kind of, and he was a young guy. He's like in his 20s, like 22 years old, 24 years old. So I had my friend Chuck, who's an astrologer, do his chart. He was almost identical. He said he'd never seen two charts that closely the same. So what does that mean? So are you get along very well?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's not a lot to say. We were talking about our relationships with the vegetable kingdom. You were talking about flowers last time, and that was great what you were saying about flowers. But if we had something basically in the same way of how we interact with plants, I mean, because it's like I could say a couple of things, but I don't have validation of them yet, But I'm still believing them, and I'm waiting for the validation. And
You're not looking for validation, you're looking for confirmation, which is two different things. All right? It's important for you to know that. Because confirmation is going to hit you, validation you can always be looking for. Because who's deciding what's valid and what's not? You or them, and who are them? So there's no way for you to get validation. What you're looking for is confirmation, and in a way that you get it. All right? This is so important for everybody.
So you're saying validation?
Important for everybody. This is Cameron's. It's very, very important for everybody to understand how important confirmation is, because it gives us the confidence to move forward in our trusting. It gives us more trusting. And that's what's going to help us, do the healing work that's necessary so that the planet is going to be at its best. Because there's no question about its survival.
That's for sure.
Yeah, there's no question about that. But we want it to survive at its best. And we want our experience to be the best that it could be. All right, so you don't want to look for validation. You want to look for confirmation. You want to demand it from the universe. The universe will give it to you. Demand confirmation in a way that Troy is going to recognize it, which may not be the same way I'll recognize it. or you'll recognize it, but you'll recognize it in such a way that you can't deny it's divine. And that's what you want, and that's what you can demand. And then it'll show up like that, Troy, and then you'll be able to move forward. So I can tell you right now with vegetables and plants, because my plants have been telling me this, that they don't care about dying. You know, like I'm feeling bad, the plant's dying, we had lettuce, it was great, you know, now it's going away. And I'm like feeling bad, the plant doesn't care, the plant's coming back, it knows it's coming back. And it's grateful to be here, to get the notice that it gets, and to be the nutrition that it is. It really digs being a nutritional source.
That's
So
the confirmation I was looking for.
there you
Because
go.
there's something that I heard from this wonderful lady at Fairy Worlds, and it was just the one thing of I like to bless my food, but it was adding in I love you, all these other kinds of things, I heal you, and all of these wonderful things and all of your healings and blessings, but it's to say thank you for being delicious. It's like calling a flower beautiful. It's what they live to be, you know. So it's because I mean, being delicious is being beautiful to a certain other sensory organ.
And they really dig the nutritional value that they are. They really dig becoming part of our bodies and being healthy, and helping our bodies to be more healthy and to be all that they can be. And as we transcend, as our bodies are starting to transcend and becoming light bodies, the plant's renewal cycle is something that we want to pay more attention. I don't know where this is coming from, so this is coming from agreement. The renewal process is something we want to pay more attention to in terms of like how long, because that's going to help us to know how much value we're getting, and then because we need to be able to let go. We need to be able to let go, so we need to eat foods that go away, that we can release easily, we can digest easily. And because our bodies are getting lighter and more, it's kind of an interesting thing. Our bodies are getting lighter but more compact, more steady, more sure of themselves, because they're going to just be like little, warrior bodies that are strong, but at the same time light. So I don't know, that just came out. So I haven't had that experience, except that I have noticed that I feel healthier than ever, even than in my 30s. And I feel, even though I've been criticizing myself about being sedentary, I still feel like my body is stronger and more like as if I've been working out, and I haven't been. And I've been feeling that way. Not that I don't think I need to still, but I still feel like the benefits of changes that are happening with my body now.
I feel a very similar thing with the energies coming in, that like in my musicianship, in different other aspects of my life, my intellectual, spiritual understandings, that things are making leaps and bounds without me trying in certain areas. And I mean, I was busy and didn't get to play bass for a week, and next time I sat down and played one of my songs, it was just like, blew me away. It was like, who was singing that? Who was playing that? That didn't sound like me. I sounded like a completely evolved player. And it happens continuously. Or you have certain people that you know, and they just grow so fast that if you haven't seen them in a couple days, it'll take you a second to recognize them, because their energy has just uplifted so much. And it's like you're used to looking to see somebody down here, and then all of a sudden, oh, you're up here. It's like a little kid growing. It's the same thing with the energy, that you're used to noticing this person here, and then all of a sudden, oh, wow, and it has that kind of...
And that's you?
Well, for me...
That's your mirror, because even when, we look at what's not okay with them, to see what's wrong, where we have that belief about ourselves, but we also want to look at what's right, and what feels good, and what looks like growth, because that's also a mirror reflection of your growth. And yes, this is for me. To embrace that with gratitude. Not only to be in awe of their growth and movement, but you could not recognize that if you were not in that, if you were not that.